Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Harmonious Psychology Solutions Menopause series. This episode is comprised of different expert opinions from different areas of menopause research. We've put this episode together because there is a lot of conflicting evidence surrounding menopause, and we want you to be able to make the best decisions for you by considering all the options. So first up is Dr. Jen Gunter. Jen is a feminist and gynecologist whose main message is really to do your research to avoid scams. And she really believes that menopause is not a disease, it is a planned change like puberty. And just like during puberty, we should be educated on what's to come years in advance, rather than the current method of leaving people on their own with their symptoms and too much conflicting information. She says that menopause is an evolutionary gift designed to help us, because growing a child and giving birth are difficult. Women need support post-birth, and the person who can offer help is often the grandmother because they don't have young children themselves. So she says that this winding down of fertility produces incredibly capable women in their 40s and 50s who aren't looking after a child themselves. This makes them able to help mothers with young children and has aided the survival of the human species. She says that when the medical community does not have open and meaningful discussions about topics related to women's health, people turn elsewhere for information, and unfortunately, this leads many people to turn towards groups that give unreliable and unsafe advice. She recommends being aware of research and unregulated products because many supplements are unstudied and unregulated, with little research behind them and very little safety data available. The production rules around supplements are lax, making it difficult to do accurate studies on them. Supplements can also be filled with hormones and antidepressants, which cause more harm than good. Next is Dr. Lara Briden, who is a naturopathic doctor with a focus on women's health. And her take-home message is that perimenopause is not about aging. She says that you are genetically programmed to achieve menopause at approximately the age your mother or female relatives achieved it. If that's on the younger end of normal, for example, your mid-40s, you're fine and healthy, and it doesn't mean you're aging more rapidly than your friends who have gone through menopause in their 50s. If, on the other hand, you're programmed genetically to achieve menopause on the older end of normal, such as in the mid-50s, then your menopause is happening alongside aging, but is not caused by aging. She says that in your 40s, you may find that you don't cope as well with stress, and this happens because you're losing progesterone during perimenopause, which can destabilize the adrenal axis and stress response system. This recalibration of the nervous system is why perimenopause is associated with an increased risk of anxiety, depression, and insomnia, as progesterone is a stress buffering hormone. She recommends resting, doing plenty of self-care, and taking magnesium, taurine, ashwagandha, and oral progesterone to fight this problem. Next up is Anna Pinnock, who is a nutrition expert who specializes in autoimmune and thyroid diseases. Her take-home message is to take control of your own condition with nutrition. And she says that even though autoimmunity is not curable, there is a lot you can do to improve your situation, regain a better quality of life, and take back control of your health. Autoimmunity is an immune system problem. Hence, by addressing the underlying immune system imbalances, she says it is possible to balance and improve the function of the immune system, which can lead to improved health or remission of the problems. She says that there are multiple variables you should investigate and adjust in order to try to return to a more normal function of the immune system. These include chronic stress, sleep issues, food intolerances, nutritional deficiencies, viral, bacterial, yeast, and parasitic infections, toxins, pollutants, and heavy metals, and hormone imbalances. Dr. Lisa Mosconi is a menopause researcher and nutritionist, and she believes that adopting a healthy diet is your most powerful tool in maximizing cognitive health and helping to prevent brain diseases, slow metabolism, insomnia, and depression. Based on the results from her rigorous research in women, there are several things that you can do to maximize your intake of nutrients to keep your brain young and energized and reduce menopause symptoms. She says that carbohydrates such as vegetables and fruit should be eaten in large quantities, as well as refined whole grains, legumes, and starches, whereas white bread and pasta should be avoided. She also says that phytoestrogens, which are a type of estrogen which come from a plant, are usable in the human body but have a milder effect and can be found in soy, seeds, whole grains, legumes, fruit and vegetables, and can help with menopause symptoms. She says you can protect the brain from harmful free radicals in the body with antioxidants such as vitamin C and A, beta-carotene, and selenium, which are contained in berries, oranges, grapefruits, apples, and cruciferous vegetables, as well as extra virgin olive oil, rice, oats, mushrooms, and lentils. Choosing the right fats is a powerful tool which can sustain the brain. These can be found in fatty fish and their eggs, almonds, cashews, hazelnuts, pistachios, and olives. She says you can improve your gut microbiome by eating fiber-rich foods and taking prebiotics and probiotics. And lastly is Dr. Marta Lopez, who is a clinical psychologist and the founder of Harmonia. And she believes that the brain is key to a healthy body. She believes strongly in the positive effects of mindfulness in reducing menopausal symptoms such as hot flashes. For example, a study from the University of Massachusetts showed a 40% reduction in the number of hot flashes in women after taking a mindfulness course. Other studies showed that women were less bothered by their symptoms and had a greater sense of well-being because they were able to show and deal with their symptoms more calmly and compassionately. Other studies have found that psychological interventions such as CBT are effective in helping to cope with hot flashes, changes in sexual activity, and other menopause symptoms. Marta also believes that menopause is a time for reflection for many women due to it being a natural process and life transition, and that many women are pleased that they no longer have to deal with periods, premenstrual problems, and fear of pregnancy, suggesting that menopause can also be a relief rather than just a feeling of loss. As you can see, there is a lot of contradicting evidence there, so it's really important to make your own decisions about how to look after your own body. As always, here are some interesting studies and references if you'd like to read more on the subjects presented in this video. I strongly encourage you to do your own research and form your own opinions. This video is created from educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Please seek help from your doctor if you are unable to manage any of the conditions mentioned. And see you in the next episode for how to talk to others about menopause.